Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Purple Lunar Rose, Tarot, and Astrology. So, tonight we're supposed to be doing all 12 signs. I tried to go live at 8 and it did not want to work properly. Of course, it is going to work now. Um, Unfortunately, you know what? Not fortunately. So it's all going to work out great. We're multi streaming Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Guys, I'm going to read for all 12 signs. I'm looking at the week of May 25th through the 31st. So the last week of May. I'm just checking to make sure everything is working properly this time. Today has definitely been one of those days where it's like everything is testing you so that you can't accomplish the thing that spirit wants you to accomplish. Does that make sense? Like I feel like that has been my day all day. All right, so it looks like we are live. Yay. Sound, everything. I do apologize. I have no idea. I promise you it's just to test to see if I was gonna cancel it and say F it all. um, but I knew that I wasn't allowed, and so we were just gonna push through. Sweet. Yeah, YouTube was the only one that was giving us an issue. So unfortunately, we're not shared out anywhere. Everybody is trying to watch the other link that isn't working. So hopefully, maybe a notification will go out, or maybe they'll just see it live. Or that's why we put the timestamps in at the end, right? So that too. I'm just gonna jump in and get started. I actually already started on the Aries reading, which is kind of sad. So I feel like it was going to be a good one, but I didn't want to finish it and then do another one. So just stopped, canceled, deleted, and started over. Here we are. All right, guys. So this week we have two powerful cosmic influences. We have the Gemini new moon. Thank goodness. You're going to hear lots of people say that this is actually going to be one of the better transits of 2025, astrological transits, lunar transits. Thank goodness. We definitely need some assistance, right? And the Gemini new moon is going to spark curiosity. It's going to be all about adaptability, fresh ideas, new communication, that type of energy. We talked about it Monday night, of course, when we did love and astrology. I also want to make sure that you know that we also have Saturn in Aries. This is discipline meets fire energy. This is coming in this week as well. And this is going to be, I think I said the wrong time the other day, but it's the first time in 3 decades that Saturn has been in Aries. This is very structured energy, entering bold energy, right? So Saturn in Aries, it's where we're going to be called to balance action with patience. That was me trying to set up this live and be patient. And so, yes, guys, that is going to be the energies that we're going to be dealing with this week. All right, I'm set up in my little car office. I think I'm ready to go. Just going to check on Facebook really quick. I'm a little worried. It's like we couldn't get YouTube last time, and now Facebook is wanting to be not nice. Go out and come back in. Hmm. So upsetting. I don't think Facebook is working. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm so close. So close. Start praying because I'm so close. I don't know. We may just go for it. Yeah, I didn't see anybody. There was no comments. There was no nothing. It just wasn't even live over there. And now my issue is that it's not live on Facebook. I'm about to just go for it and say forget it. We can always just share the video over on Facebook after the live stream's over. Okay, it's totally on. I was just on the wrong page. Oh my gosh. Hmm. We definitely need a bigger team for sure, right? All right, let's just get started. Aries, let's timestamp, start over. Let's do 6:48 because I seen it. These are going to be so fast, so short. We're so lucky to be here. Vanessa, welcome, welcome. All right, Aries. So May 25th through the 31st. This is the last week of May. I feel like the Gemini new moon is going to be the best cosmic influence of the whole year, and Saturn and Aries may be the most challenging. They happen on the same day. Yay, right? All right, Aries, energy of the week. We have the Ace of Cups. Water. This is overflow of emotion. This is spirit telling me to get my emotions in check. I'm the Aries, guys. All right, and then we have challenge or obstacle. We have disharmony and triggers. I definitely am feeling all the triggers today. Like literally from the moment I woke up. You ever wake up to those texts that you're just like, this is gonna ruin or like set off my whole day? You know what I mean? And God bless those people that leave those texts, right? Um, but I feel like it's been that way, like from the moment I got up. One test after another. Am I going to sit down and cry about it, or am I just going to keep pushing and get through it? Right? It's definitely been keep pushing and get through it. A little bit of crying as well, but we pushed and got through. Right? Lesson learned. We have confusion, Neptune, and illusions. Guys, Neptune is also in Aries, so that's making all of this extra energy super wonderful, right? All right, outcome for Aries, May 25th through the 31st. We have present, abundant, and gratitude. So Spirit is telling us that we need to be present so that we can find abundance and gratitude. On the bottom, we do have past, lack, and suffering. And I promise you that it is the past that was in lack and is causing you to suffer now. So Aries, it's definitely going to be a week of being present, right? All right, let's clarify a little bit for Aries. I pulled out elemental wisdom. Jenna, welcome. All right, so we have release and surrender. I love that this card came out because it actually came out in the first reading for Aries. So yay. It looks like we're going to get a lot of the same energy here, the same message, right? So you are releasing something, surrendering. It even says purge on this card. So you're really purging a lot of lack energy from your past, and it could definitely be causing you to have an overflow of emotion. Triggers is your challenges or obstacles. We have Ace of Coins coming out. So Ace of Coins says these are opportunities. We're supposed to be seeing these triggers as opportunities. Let me tell you, this has been really challenging today. I definitely understand that we're supposed to be seeing them as opportunities to overcome these triggers, but I feel like it's been more than challenging, to say the least. All right, lesson learned to help us with that challenge or obstacle. We have Neptune, confusion, illusion. It shows those rose-colored glasses. So that's really easy, right? Aries, take off the rose-colored glasses. See things for what they really are. See people, right, Aries? See people for what they really are. Here's the thing I've noticed, and you probably do this too, but I feel like I see the potential in people. Do you guys ever do that? You see the potential in them, and then you're disappointed because your expectations aren't met because they can't meet the potential that you see in them. Take the glasses off, Aries. Four of Swords comes out. Four of Swords says this is a blessing in disguise. All right, and let's look at the present. The outcome for Aries, May 15th through the 31st says be present, Aries. That's where you're going to find your abundance. That's where you're going to find it easier to find gratitude. We do have Five of Cups here. Five of Cups talks about a loss, and it does have this feeling of despair with the Five of Cups. But remember, we're supposed to be looking at the two cups that are left over. So in every Five of Cups, there's three cups that are spilled, right? And the cups, the emotion is flowing out, and then there's two cups that are still upright. And the whole point of the card is to say that yes, you have experienced this loss, but now you're going to focus on the two cups that are still standing, and that's going to be like what you gained from the situation and what's going to carry you forward into your future, right? I feel like that makes a lot of sense coming out with being present and gratitude. All right, let's pull some guidance for Aries. I've pulled out the service card is on the bottom. Spirit's trying to tell me something. I pulled out the soul's journey for guidance tonight. Aries, you have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. I feel like I don't know how many people told me that today. It's been a rough day, to say the least. um, the picture shows this wheel, and the wheel is made up of people. They're actually all women, and they all have like their hands spread out, touching each other to make the wheel. I don't have any tears left. It's just too much. But I'm so grateful for PLR. I'm so grateful for my moderators, the team that Spirit has brought me. We do so much for such a small team, for such a big thing that we're doing. But I get to talk to these ladies every day, and I get to, you know, tell them like what's happening. Are we going to make our live? Are we not going to make our live today? So here's the thing, Aries. You're definitely going through some shit because Saturn is moving into Aries. And I really tried to keep that like as positive as possible because I'm the Aries, right? Like I have my Sun in Aries, Mars in Aries, Mercury in Aries. My everything is in freaking Aries, right? And here's what I'm going to say. It's not bad because it's going to bring us the self-discipline that we need to stop repeating the same shit. And if you follow me and you're on the same type of journey that I'm on, You're probably getting a lot of these triggers as you're trying to push through something. And you're probably really close to breaking free from something. It's like the closer we get to the thing that we want, the more triggers, the more tests. Today I learned that a few things, I guess. The tests don't stop. How we handle the triggers or the lessons or the tests will change, but they won't stop. That's the whole point of life. As we go through this next 2.5 years of Saturn and Aries, I highly suggest that you find a soul tribe, that you find like minds, that you find people that will support you unconditionally. Because Aries, you're about to set the world on fire. And I don't really know how else to say that. But that's what's about to happen. Fears on the bottom, it says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. This week, we're talking about how to talk to spirit, how to hear spirit. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe some of you struggle talking to spirit. I don't struggle talking at all. Next week, we get to talk about fear. We get to talk about how when something's scary and we allow it to stop us from having a good life, and we struggle and we cry and we're in pain and we go without and we tolerate and we settle. And it's fear. It's fear is what I'm talking about. It's the fear. It's like a monster. It's like a demon, right? So next week we get to talk about how important it is that we face that fear and push through it. It's the only way around it is through it, right? It's really interesting because something is happening to me this week. I mean, clearly, right? um, where I'm having to face something that I feared for probably 6 years. And I'm facing it, but oh my God. Like minds, Aries, like minds, soul tribe, soul family, soul sisters. It's definitely going to be the trick. All right, let's close out the longest reading for Aries ever, right? You and your loved ones are safe. It's new moon in Cancer. What do you need to release? It's the waning moon. And last card for Aries. Ready? Don't let your past hold you back. It's the South Node. All right. We made it through Aries. I only cried a little. It's going to be fine. Sandra, welcome. I apologize, Sandra. Diana said you were, on the other live waiting for me. I'm not sure what happened. Technical difficulties, right? All right. Next is Leo. Let's timestamp 1925. So the 25s are sticking out to me. So remember, Leo, this is for May 25th through the 31st. I'm going to start energy of the week. We have Gemini, new moon. This is where we all get to learn how to hear God, right? And Saturn in Aries, the discipline that we need, the self-discipline that we need. All right, assistance, spirit guides comes out, Leo. That's going to be your energy of the week. Challenge or obstacle, we have self-care energy coming out. Lesson learned, we have rebirth and winter. That could be a timing card. You could also say something happened or you just learned something this past winter. Especially if it has something to do with rebirth. All right, outcome, we have control tactics. On the bottom, rejection, loss, fragmented. Your energy is low, Leo. You could be working on some type of rebirth since winter. And I think it's all having to do with having to release control in some situation. You're definitely, this is about full surrender, I'm hearing. Assistant spirit guides is your energy of the week. So I said, I kind of made the joke about it, Leo, that we have Gemini new moon, and everybody's learning how to listen and hear God this week, right? If you know astrology, if we had time to break it down, that's what Gemini new moon is. That's the lesson. That it's the blessing, right? That it's giving us. But you've been going through some type of rebirth since winter. And you could be feeling a burnout. But I feel like the control card coming out as the outcome is you releasing control, Leo. This is you surrendering. It's full surrender. I'm at full surrender myself. Let me tell you, it's a scary, scary place. I mean, I imagine over time it'll get less scary, but yeah. I mean, I'd love to come out here and be like, yes, I've surrendered, guys, and I have all faith, 100%, and I'm not going without nothing. Everything's absolutely wonderful. I'm not going without nothing, but and you know, other than my emotional turmoil, everything's not that bad. um, Spirit's getting me today, let me tell you. um, but it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. I can't come out here and be like, oh, Leo, it's super easy. Why don't you have this down already? Right? Because it's just not. All right, Ace of Wands comes out for assistance and spirit guides. So this is like um, destiny, fate. It's some type of fated energy that your ancestors step in and help at this time. All right, for the self-care and your challenges or obstacle, you have King of Swords. Leo, you're not speaking your truth. You're not standing up for yourself. You're not telling people how it is. That's going to be some Saturn and Aries. Get ready. Get ready, you guys. Really, it's the cardinal signs. I mean, Leo's up there with the fire signs, but I feel like this Saturn and Aries, if there is someone who has been holding back what they've wanted to say, if there's someone out there who people are talking to you a certain way, you feel like you're being disrespected, you feel like you're being used or taken advantage of, and you haven't said anything or you haven't been able to like speak up for yourself, I promise you, hear me say that I promise you, Saturn and Aries will do it forcefully. Forcefully. So, Leo, if you have an issue with a neighbor, with an aunt, with a sister, with a brother, with a whoever it is, friend, whoever it is, you got some issue and you've been suppressing what you need to say, your authenticity, your truth, you've been holding it back and not saying something, unless you want to come completely unglued, you better just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say whatever it is. If someone is disrespecting you, say, hey, stop disrespecting me. If someone's mistreating you, tell them you won't stand for that. Say it with authority, Leo. Don't go up to somebody all meekly going, "No, don't treat me that way." Say it with authority. The cards say that you have spiritual assistance. The King of Swords is with authority. All right, so this rebirth has been happening since winter, it says. This is your lesson learned. 9 of Swords is here. 9 of Swords is about anxiety, Leo. So it's like, what are you anxious about? What are your fears? What fear do you need to just face, just push through? And then the Hierophant comes out for big confirmation as the outcome. That is, you're surrendering to your spiritual journey. It's full surrender. And what I mean by full surrender, I know some of you are like, what does that mean, Rosa? So full surrender means that you look to spirit for every decision. You're no longer looking to your ego. Now, I'm not saying, you hear a lot of people say, oh, you need to break down the ego, or you need to kill your ego, you need to get rid of your ego. That is not true, actually. Everything in balance, right? Your ego is actually what protects you. But when it comes to spirit, ego is not needed, not at all, not one bit, not a lick. All right, here's the guidance for Leo. Blame comes out. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Gratitude is on the bottom. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. All right, Moonology to close it out for Leo. Surrender to the divine, the full moon, big confirmation there. Nothing will come of the situation. Void, of course, moon. Don't overthink something. You're very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon. And that's it, Leo. You are very close to achieving something. I feel like that's going to come out for all 12 signs. And most likely that's why we're feeling this persistent triggering, right? This persistent feeling like we're getting knocked down, having to stand back up, getting knocked down, having to stand back up. And it's almost like the closer you get to the thing, the prize, whatever it is, Leo, it's going to get more and more, and you're just going to have to keep pushing through. All right. Let's do Sagittarius 2805. All right, Sagittarius. So May 25th through the 31st, last week of May. Let's pull out energy of the week. We have stability, harmony, and flow. Challenge or obstacle, we have action, courage, beginnings. Lesson learned, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Earth sign. And outcome for Sagittarius, we have party, external. Nurture and compassion is on the bottom. I was talking in Monday's Night Live, and I was saying, when we are having trouble hearing spirit, or we're struggling to hear spirit, we need to get quiet, right? Like that's what we're supposed to do. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but when I'm, having a me day and I'm struggling to read, I will stop after I get the first 4 cards out, which is the main spread. And then I listen to spirit to tell me what the situation is before I proceed, before I go forward. And I just spread the cards out, I look at them, and then I just wait for the message. So, Sagittarius, you have action and courage in your challenges or obstacle. And you have Ace of Pentacles as lesson learned that can help you with that challenge or obstacle. So there's something about going with the flow, right? Stability, harmony, flow. Sagittarius, I feel like you're going, and you had 5 in your timestamp. There's like some type of change that you're experiencing. None of us necessarily like change. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just hard to get used to it because you're so used to something else, or like something being a certain way, and now it's different, right? So there's some type of action or courage that you need in this new beginning. But it's like you're struggling to take that first step. Now, the party card external is here, and normally that tells me third party. And actually, Sagittarius, I feel like that actually is what it means, but not third party as in a person. Guys, third party doesn't always have to be a person. A third party energy could be like, it doesn't have to be like a relationship. It could be like something that this is going to be external, Sagittarius. So it's like you're letting something on the outside distract you away so that you don't have to take that action. So maybe you're suddenly, super busy. Maybe suddenly you're hiding, one or the other, right? So that you don't have to take some action to have some sort of new beginning. And I know that you're like, but I would want the new beginning. Sagittarius, I think you actually already have the new beginning. Like, I feel it's in lesson learned, and this is not new energy. So it's like, the change has already happened. It's just kind of, I guess, accepting the change, or accepting that something's going to be different from now on. It may not be like the way that you expected. It's something like this. All right, let's pull some tarot for Sagittarius. So with the first card, stability, harmony, flow. So it's like stability is you. You're in this stable energy, grounded energy. You had something a certain way, very grounded, four corners type of energy for a very long time. And it's like all of a sudden it started to flow, it started to change, it started to move. And now in order to like keep the peace, keep the harmony, you have to like go with that flow. And you're still kind of back in something. The Lovers comes out. Oh goodness. Okay, so the Lovers, of course, is my clue card for the twin flame journey, and that definitely could be what this is all about. But please remember that the Lovers, the actual meaning of the Lovers, is when we choose ourselves, when we choose to love and heal ourselves. Sagittarius, this could have something to do with needing to take some time for you. Maybe that's the action, needing to pour into your cup. Make sure your cup is not depleted. Maybe you've started something new where you're doing for others, that party external energy. All right, we have 3 of Swords coming out with the action, courage, and new beginnings. So you're healing from some type of broken heart, and that could be anything. Again, it could be a relationship, it could be your twin flame journey, it could be that your twin flame journey didn't go the way that you expected it to be. It could just have something to do with some type of healing that's needed before you could take this action. All right, lesson learned is the Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, a new journey, a very grounded new beginning, a very stable new beginning. Interesting because the Fool card comes out, which is the complete opposite. So Ace of Earth, Ace of Pentacles is the big coin, the one big coin, right? And it's always like wrapped in leaves, or surrounded by trees because it's an earth sign. And it talks about something that's very, you know, firm and grounded and sturdy. And I can't think of like another word, but the Fool card coming out is like the complete opposite. It's like having to start completely over. Now you don't know where anything is. Now you don't know who anyone is. Now you don't know your way to the new bathroom. I don't know. But there's definitely this energy here of not having to start a complete new journey and not feeling like you can't get your footing. So in this full card, he's standing on top of the castle wall, him and his dog. He looks like he's doing this dance. He's fixing to take a leap, but he's got one foot on the ground and one foot in the air. He's also blowing a trumpet. So I'm just saying that is significant. I'm using the elemental wisdom tarot, so that's going to be a little bit different than you see in the other full cards. So again, this could have something to do with this new journey. This could have something to do with following your purpose, hearing your calling. That's lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle, which is this energy of healing and needing to take some type of action. All right, third party, external is your outcome. We have Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a self-restriction. You need to break free from something, but you're the only thing that's actually restricting you, which I think would make sense when I said that that third party energy felt like that you're keeping yourself either really, really busy or you're hiding away and withdrawing somewhere, something like that, in order to not have to face something that you're, some action that you're, some change that you're, I feel like not necessarily in fear of, but just uncomfortable with. All right. So let's pull a guidance card from the soul's journey. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So you need to be honest about blah, blah, blah. You need to be honest with yourself about something, Sagittarius. Health is on the bottom. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. All right, Moonology to close it out for Sagittarius. This is going to help you with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like this is an emotional week for you. But Eight of Swords says you've actually been thinking about this for quite some time. You've been worried about this situation for quite some time. You've been limiting yourself for quite some time. All right, it says you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's time to take action. Big confirmation. New moon in Aries. And on the bottom, it's time to release negativity. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful. All right, now we're going to move on to the water signs. Guys, not tomorrow, Friday night, I will be back. We're going to do a surprise pick a card on Friday night. Like, I'm more excited about that one than I was all 12 signs. And again, we're going to talk more about, I'm actually going to break down some practical steps on how to get closer, how to be able to hear spirit. For those of you that feel like you struggle to hear your spiritual guidance. If you guys want to get a jump start on that, I'm sure you've seen on your screen already, I do have a new journal out called How to Hear Spirit. And a lot of the information that we're going to be going over on Friday night is in that journal, along with several journal prompts to help you figure out like what's blocking you from being able to hear your spiritual guidance. So guys, all that stuff is going to be over on my website if you want to go check it out before the live, or if you want to download it before the live stream Friday night. I definitely recommend it. And links are always going to be, I would say, in the description box of my video, but we did just have to make this one. I will put it in after the live stream is over. Oh, actually, I think I did. I did copy it, so it should be in the description box, hopefully. All right, now we're gonna start with Cancer on the water signs. New energy. I don't know what that says. All right, Cancer, let's timestamp Let's wait for it. To even 40. Cancer, this is for May 25th through May 31st. So last week of May, guys. I'm just going to point out that May was just, as long as January, but didn't January feel like it was 3 times as long? And May flew by, right? All right, May 25th through the 31st, Cancer. Energy of the week, we have alchemy, ancestor guides, spiritual alchemy. That's definitely been a lesson that I've been receiving this week on my own spiritual journey. Remember, guys, I have Cancer rising. Where is Cancer for you on your chart? All right, challenge or obstacle. We have North Node, cosmic purpose. Ooh, you're needing to alchemize something so that you can follow your purpose, Cancer. All right, lesson learned. We have detachment, cold. You may need to do some blocking, Cancer. You may need to remove something that is trying to block you from being able to follow your purpose or your soul's journey, right? Your soul's path. All right, outcome, we have regret and repression. Feminine energy is on the bottom. Cancer is feminine energy. It's the mother energy, right? It's the nurturer, the caretaker. Cancer, I feel like with spiritual alchemy coming out, you've had to go through some type of spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul. Detachment is here and lesson learned. So it does tell me that you're having to break free from something or someone. The regret card as the outcome does show a male figure. Hat is, it's a baseball hat sitting backwards on his head, which I find a little comical. So it is very possible, Cancer, that someone is feeling some type of regret because you have had to detach. All right, let's clarify a little bit. Spiritual alchemy, we have 3 of Wands coming out. It's taking action, taking steps towards your future. This is you facing your fears. This is you not waiting any longer. Not waiting any longer. North Node, cosmic purpose, and your challenge or obstacle. We have 7 of Cups. It's about seeing your options clearly, seeing your choices clearly. Again, I'm using elemental wisdom. So most of the time when we look at 7 of Cups, the energy is the cups are covered. There's clouds in the air. They're kind of covering up whatever is in the cup, right? And this particular tarot set, the cups are empty and there's no clouds. You can clearly see the cup. So it's like you can make these choices or these options, whatever you want them to be, right? It's almost like all doors are open here. That's in your challenges or obstacles. So it's like you have to detach from something. And again, the detached card shows this man looking out the window, and it looks like there's ice on the window, and it says cold on the bottom of the card, the detachment card. So it's giving me this energy of like a block of ice. Like you may have to block something. You may have to really detach. I heard the word cold shoulder, but really it's just removing something that's trying to block you from following your purpose. We have the 3 of coins coming out for the regret card, which is the outcome. So I do feel, Cancer, that you are breaking free from something. Interesting enough, we have 6 of Cups on the bottom, which is reunion energy. But the 3 of coins in tarot means that the people work together. They respect each other, respect each other's ideas, and they have the same goal, a common goal. But I'm, again, using the elemental wisdom tarot, and there's actually only one person on this card. They're standing on top of the church. And it looks like he's working on a statue, and the statue is of Archangel Gabriel with the trumpet, which we all know is the angel that when, we hear the calling, we follow our purpose. The interesting thing with the Three of Coins is he's by himself. He's by himself. Cancer, it's literally you and spirit. It's weird how we get to this part in our journey where it has to be this way, but we fight it. We fight it so hard. I don't really know why. I feel like spirit is the only person who's not let me down. All right, guidance. We have the Death card coming out. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Big confirmation. Self-esteem is on the bottom. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. All right, Moonology. Expect powerful change. I am. By God, let me tell you, I am. And adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Bring love into the situation was on the bottom, and most likely that's going to be the adjustment that is required. Oh my gosh, it's time for Scorpio. I'm going to make it, y'all. I know it. All right, Scorpio. Who's a Scorpio other than Sandra? Or I guess I should say, where is Scorpio on your chart? Sandra says Saturn and Cancer, 6th house. Oh, girl. I can tell you who you're getting ready to yell at. Oh my goodness. Your 6th house is your, well, it's your health as well, but it's your daily routines. It's your daily routines. Some would say maybe like your job where you go to every day. And Saturn is going to heighten all of our voices, right? Saturn in Aries. All right, I have Scorpio, 5th house. 5th house is creativity, children, and passions. Perfect spot for Scorpio. All right, let's timestamp. Let's do 49:11. So Scorpio, this is going to be for May 25th through the 31st. We have Gemini new moon. And Saturn and Aries, your cosmic influences this week. All right, Scorpio, energy of the week, I'm using the Yin Yang Oracle. Until debt tears us apart. It's the contracts card. It says contracts, careers, and commitments, and it literally says Saturn on this card. Contracts, careers, and commitments. Saturn and Aries could definitely until debt tears us apart. Um, it's going to cause you to have to face something that is financial. Could definitely be a debt or a contract, a commitment that you made. Saturn could be bringing closure. It could also be bringing karma. It could also be bringing karma, Scorpio. And before everybody freaks out, karma is not always bad. um, and you'll know. Like I'm tired of sugarcoating for people. If you're Scorpio and you're listening to me, like whether you're doing the things that spirit's asking you to do or your higher self is asking you to do, or whether you're in alignment, or if you're just doing shitty things, right? Like you're just doing shitty things to people, then karma's not always good, right? But if you're having a spiritual awakening journey and you're pushing through the triggers, and you're trying not to squash all the bugs, then very likely the karma is some type of reward, right? So definitely a week of some type of karmic rewards, karmic energy, karmic something. Saturn is karmic energy as well. Transcendence, unity is going to be the energy of the card. Scorpio, coming together. Something about the other half, I just heard. All right. Lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. We have seeds and spring. So a seed could have been planted around springtime. That could be coming into fruition or blooming. That's going to help you with this unity. That's your challenge or obstacle right now. And then we have Mercury, messages, travel, and communication. Mercury is also in Gemini, which makes the Gemini new moon very, very potent. So I feel like this is about some type of new communication is the outcome for Scorpio. And you may even be traveling somewhere. Guarded and vulnerability is on the bottom. That's how you feel right now. But by the end of the week, you're communicating and traveling. All right. Until debt tears us apart, your energy of the week that said contracts, careers, commitments, and even had the word Saturn on there, you have 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is third party all day, every day. Too many hands are in the pot, Scorpio. Too many people telling you what to do. Too many people expecting things or promises, something like this from you. All right, transcendence and unity is your challenge, your obstacle. We have Ace of Cups. That is going to be emotional overflow. It could be an energy of getting your emotions in check, but it could also be like for Scorpio, it's my 5th house. So 5th house is like children. For my children, I'm not doing really well today, but I try hard not to show them that I'm stressed. And it's not like I'm not trying to communicate with my children. My children are grown. Like I'm here at my son's house and I shouldn't be here. I feel like sometimes, I don't know. I just feel weird. Like I feel like when you raise your children, you raise them to be responsible and, you know, take care of their family and have bills. You don't ever like raise them to be like, oh, and by the way, with all of those life burdens, I'm gonna come and hang out too, right? So I'm definitely having an issue with it. There's this energy of your feelings. I mean, we could definitely have like overflow of emotion, and that could be triggering as well. but our feelings are like a warning system, right? Like our feelings are there to tell us what's wrong, what we need to pay attention to, like what we need to focus on. So it could say, like, get your feelings in check. If your feelings aren't in check, Scorpio, then you would know that. But I feel like for Scorpio, you're hiding it. You're hiding it. So it's more about understand that whatever it is your overflow of emotion is about, it's a warning sign of some sort. Nothing your challenges or obstacles. All right, seeds in spring was lesson learned. So I feel like there could have been, I mean, we just now, it's the end of May, so we're just now getting through spring. Some seed could have been planted. Seven of Wands is here. Seven of Wands is stand up for yourself, Scorpio. Stand up for yourself. Protect yourself. Protect what you've built. Protect what is yours. All right, Mercury, communication, and maybe even some traveling is the outcome, Scorpio. We have justice coming out, Libra energy. Someone could definitely be going somewhere. It says that there's been a great injustice, and now you're going to balance the scales. On the bottom, we have the Empress and Ace of Swords. All right. Let's pull some guidance for Scorpio. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Love is on the bottom. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And Moonology to close it out for Scorpio. Luck is on your side. It's new moon in Sagittarius. Hold your vision. It's the fixed moon. And show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius is on the bottom. That was powerful reading for Scorpio. All right, Pisces, here we go. Let's just keep going with it. 5733. Pisces, this is May 25th through the 31st. We do have Gemini new moon, which I think is going to be one of the better cosmic influences, and Saturn in Aries this week, May 25th through the 31st. It is the last week of May, guys. All right, energy of the week. Pisces, you have separation, longing. You could be going through some type of separation. You could be missing someone. Challenge or obstacle, avoidance, stalemate. You're going to have to make some type of move. You're avoiding something. It's fear has got you frozen. All right. Lesson learned, Pisces. Forming structure, solid foundation. That's what you're going to need to do. And then outcome, thoughts, and isolating. Your thoughts are keeping you isolated. You're isolating yourself, Pisces. Ace of Swords is on the bottom. You need to communicate. All right. Let's clarify a little bit for Pisces. So separation, longing, so missing someone. King of Wands is here. King of Wands is be courageous enough to take passionate action. Avoidance, stalemate is your challenge or obstacle. Page of Swords, someone's watching, but they're not talking. This is like fear to communicate. Pisces, don't be scared to communicate with anyone ever. All right, forming structure, solid foundation. That's what you're going to do. You have Temperance is here. So you're going through a healing process, Pisces, and you're actually forming that structure and solid foundation now. I do feel like you're spending a little bit too much time in your head, and that's causing you to stay isolated. The Chariot comes out. That's Cancer energy, very nurturing energy. The Chariot says move quickly. Use all the elements, fire, water, earth, and air. The victory is already yours. Move quickly. So yeah, you're at some sort of stalemate. You have some sort of fear, Pisces, that's like in your face, and it's pushing you and holding you back. And you need to go right through that fear, because most likely it's not even as bad as you think. All right. Peace comes out for guidance. I am a being of love and I release all negative energies. Friendship comes out. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Service is on the bottom. I feel good when I can help others. All right, Moonology to close it out for Pisces. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's the mutable moon. And the answers you need are coming. It's full moon and Gemini. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon and Sagittarius is on the bottom. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Divine timing, welcome. So we have earth signs next. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Did you have a hard time finding us, divine timing? I messed up our original live and had to start over, so I didn't know if it was even showing out there. Guys, did you see my little video for my PLR mobile app? It was actually Sandra. It was Sandra that told me on my PLR website, you can download our PLR app. And it'll let you know when I upload like new journals and whatnot. Eventually, we'll do much more over there on our website. All right, let's keep going. Let's do Taurus. Let's do 102.48 for Taurus. So Taurus, this is going to be for the week of May 25th through the 31st. I feel like now that we're about halfway through, I'm finally getting my footing. We have Gemini, new moon, Taurus. Ooh, card flies out on its own. Facade and beliefs. It shows a person taking their mask off. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have autumn and harvest. I think it's a timing card. Something could have happened around last fall. So September, October, November. And then lesson learned. We have spy, watching, inspecting. It's giving Page of Swords energy, like someone's watching, but they're too fearful to communicate. And then outcome, we have ego, vanity, and pride. So that's why they're fearful to communicate. So Taurus, is that your ego and pride? It is. It is. Distance, retreat, and timeout is on the bottom. It shows two people, a man and a woman. The man standing further behind in the back of the picture, the woman walking away from the man. So Taurus, it says you were wearing a mask. Somebody was wearing a mask. You. 8 of Cups. Yeah. It is you. Eight of Cups says that you need to walk away from something. You need to leave something in the past. Saturn in Aries is going to help you do that. Eight of Cups also says that you're walking towards your Two of Cups. You're walking towards soulmate energy. You could be walking away from someone that was wearing a mask. You could be taking off your own mask because you have a different belief system. But I think you're walking away from someone who was fake. Someone who faked something. All right, Taurus, it happened in autumn. Eight of Wands comes out. It was very sudden. It brought a lot of sudden changes. It's a challenge or obstacle that you're facing. So this is giving this energy, Taurus, of like something happened last fall with someone who could have been faking something, making you believe something, Taurus. Spy, watching, inspection could have been you. Like you could have wanted to know more, wanted to learn more, and maybe you start investigating, maybe you found something out. We have the Emperor. I think that's the case. So this is the week. So this is the week, Taurus. So this week, Saturn in Aries, you learn something. You find something out about their facade. And I feel like you're going to have to walk away from something. But ego, vanity, and pride is here. So it's like, does your ego keep you from being able to walk away? Nope, absolutely not. Queen of Swords is here. Queen of Swords. Ten of Wands is on the bottom. So you do walk away from whatever this fake energy is, whatever this deceitful energy is, someone who wore a mask, someone who pretended to be somebody that they wasn't, right? But Queen of Swords is Saturn in Aries. Queen of Swords. I mean, Taurus, is it possible you're going to tell somebody off this week? I mean, yeah, it's possible. But what's more likely is you're going to create a boundary. You're going to draw a hard line. You're going to see through someone's mask, someone's facade, right? And then you're going to tell them so. Queen of Swords. All right. Let's pull a guidance card for Taurus. Change is here. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Relationships on the bottom. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good and walk away from all others, right? All right, Taurus, Moonology to close it out. The end of a tough cycle approaches its full moon in Capricorn. And communication is key. It's new moon in Gemini. All right, Taurus, I hope that was helpful. Virgo is next. 109 even for Virgo. Virgo, this is going to be for May 25th through May 31st. Last week of May, two cards came out. Virgo is my north node, where I'm going, where I'm headed. Pluto comes out. Pluto transformation, that's death and rebirth. It's Scorpio energy very strongly. Chemistry and passion also comes out. Virgo, that's your energy of the week. All right, challenge or obstacle. We have truth and expression. Lesson learned. We have epiphany, breakthrough. And outcome, we have reunion, soul ties. I also see guarded and resistance. Guilt and sabotage. Virgo, what the heck? So definitely about a relationship. Definitely someone that you have a lot of chemistry and a lot of passion with. Could be a Scorpio. Definitely someone that you've went through a death and rebirth situation with. Endings, new beginnings. The challenge or obstacle is expression, truth, speaking your truth about something. The lesson learned that's going to help you with that challenge or obstacle is an epiphany, a breakthrough of some sort. And the outcome, whether you're guarded or not, is reunion, soul ties. Page of Wands comes out. Page of Wands is spiritual awakening. So this is someone that's on your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey. It's definitely giving strong twin vibes. Two of Swords comes out. So the truth that you need to speak is going to have something to do on you don't know what to do next. You don't know where to move next. You don't know what your next move is. It does show the new moon. Hi, Epiphany. Epiphany could come with this new moon. Remember, it's all about the mind, communication. It's also going to help us all be able to hear our spiritual guidance better, Gemini new moon. So that definitely could be the epiphany or breakthrough. And then we have Five of Swords coming out. So Five of Swords is a victory. I feel like you do get some. So normally, Five of Swords is not a victory to me. Normally, when I'm reading Five of Swords, is like a discussion in the mind. It's an argument in the mind. It's going back and forth, overthinking, negative thoughts in the mind. But this time, Five of Swords really is a victory. You've overcome some type of negative thinking or some type of disagreement, and the outcome is a reunion. The sun comes out, bright joy, happiness. The Empress is on the bottom. Definitely could have something to do with manifestation, Virgo. All right, let's pull some guidance. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. I'm totally trying not to crap my pants. Acceptance is on the bottom. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. All right, Virgo, let's close it out. Moonology. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. A new start is coming, a new moon. And I just want to say, wow. Virgo, when I turned the card over, it was like explosion. It was like celebration, confetti. I don't know. Party, something big. Your commitment is being tested, big confirmation, and meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces is on the bottom. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Capricorn is next, 113.53. I'm going to start with Yin Yang Oracle, Capricorn. This is for May 25th through May 31st. So this is the last week of May. All right, so we have reflection and projections is your challenge or obstacle. So you could be facing some type of mirror maybe being shown to you. And I don't mean like a mirror that you, like a bathroom mirror or a mirror on the wall. I mean like something is being reflected back to you. so that you could see it, so that you could heal it. And it could have something to do with projections, right? Third eye clarity is your challenge or obstacle. You're not able to see things clearly at this time. Decisions, that's what you're not able to see clearly. Decisions is lesson learned that can help you with challenge or obstacle. And outcome flies right out by itself. It's an open hand on the card. It says receive, and the word open is on the bottom. Wow. Twin Flames is on bottom of the deck, and it's in reverse. It's going to be the only card in reverse in this entire set, and I know because I went through and put them all up right before we started when I was getting the cards ready. So that's super interesting, right? All right, reflection and projection. We have the moon coming out, so it's definitely something's being illuminated, shown to you, and it's going to have something to do with something that you're fearful of, something that you've been running from, Capricorn. Third eye clarity is your challenge or obstacle. You have 4 of Wands. It's 11:11. It could have something to do with your twin flame journey, your spiritual awakening. Decisions is in your lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. And decisions, the reason I said something about the card is it shows this, it looks like a small person. I mean, it could be a child, facing this, like a portal. And the portal actually looks like it's shaped like a horseshoe, right? But the energy, he's wearing this raincoat. And every time I see this picture, it reminds me of, Vanessa says the bad word. It reminds me of the movie It. You know what I'm talking about? Where the little boy is wearing the coat, and it's like something scares him, so he's like scared to make a decision. Something like that is what I'm getting. All right, and then we have 2 of Cups coming out for that. So you're scared to make a decision, and something that has to do with a partnership, a relationship, or a soulmate. And then it says be open to receive, and we have 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is about perseverance, not giving up on something, breaking through. And then on the bottom, we have Capricorn energy itself, the Devil card. So you could be breaking free from some type of karmic tie. It's cooled off. I rode the windows down. Now you're going to hear the crickets. And let me tell you guys, I'm in Kentucky. The bugs are loud here. All right, freedom comes out for guidance. I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness for Capricorn. And trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. That's this whole week, Capricorn. Surrender is on the bottom. That's what you're fixing to do. I can release my need to control. All right, Moonology is coming out. Your hard work is paying off. It's new moon in Capricorn. Oh, my favorite. Believe in the impossible. It's the blue moon. And prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. All right, we got air signs left. Oh, I'm sorry, Vanessa. I thought you were saying the word because of the reading. All right. It's time for Gemini. It's timestamp Gemini 119:29. So the nines are going to be significant. All right, Gemini, this is for May 25th through May 31st. You have Gemini new moon. This is your new moon. I do feel this is going to be one of the better, if not the best, really, honestly, cosmic transits, astrological transit that we're going to experience 2025 Gemini new moon. So for you, you have freedom, leap, you have Uranus and opportunities. Surprising opportunities could come in for Gemini May 25th through the 31st. We have challenge or obstacle. We have lack and doubt coming out. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We have fate, detours, divine intervention. It looks like a tower card. It shows this tree being hit by lightning. So wow, Uranus is coming to play with Gemini. All right, and then cycles, completion, and change is on as the outcome. Attraction, Mars, and hot. I feel like things do get hot, Gemini. Um, but some type of tower moment comes in, and it's actually going to bring you a surprisingly good benefit in some way, an opportunity in some way, and it's going to help you with lack or doubt. All right, let's clarify for Gemini. King of Coins comes out, freedom, leap, Uranus, opportunity. It's going to have something to do with some type of financial freedom, financial independence, financial a job. King of Coins, responsibility. Okay, so lack and doubts is in a challenge or obstacle. Ace of Swords, new idea. So you're lacking or you're doubting something. Ooh, oh, Gemini. So Ace of Swords is in the mind, communication. This is your own self-doubt. Your own self-doubt is keeping you from some type of freedom, opportunity, and it could be a financial freedom because King of Coins is like if you could step up to the plate, this could be financial freedom. All right, lesson learned is this fate, detours, and divine intervention. It could be something that's happening right now, especially for you, Gemini, with this new moon. We have 7 of Coins. It says you've actually been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this energy to happen. It's like you've been waiting for something to explode, something to hit the fan, something to like finally go off. It's like now you have no choice but face something. And then cycles, change, and completion is here. You're definitely going through some type of change. The nines were in your timestamp, so that's telling me that you're coming to some type of completion, which is also on this card. 6 of Coins is here. Again, 6 of Coins shows like the man putting the coins in the people's hands. So it tells me you're about to get some type of help, some type of assistance. And again, it could be financial. All right. Gemini, when it happens, come and tell me. Come and tell me. All right, purpose comes out for guidance. I know what I am here to do. And then envy comes out. I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Success is on the bottom. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. All right, closing it out with Moonology for your thoughts and emotions, Gemini. Another powerful reading for Gemini. Your dreams need a practical plan. It's full moon in Taurus. Bring love into the situation. It's new moon in Aquarius. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio is on the bottom. Gemini, here it is. Ready? There's going to be something that you've been really scared of doing. It's going to be something big. And you've been going around it every which way possible. And this is the week where you're going to see that you can't go around it anymore. You're finally going to face something and you're going to go right through it. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Hope that was helpful. Libra is next. Timestamp 124:30. Libra, this is for May 25th through the 31st. So Gemini new moon and Saturn and Aries are the cosmic influences this week. I feel like both of those energies have came out pretty even, Libra. And we've seen a lot of Gemini new moon, and we've seen a lot of Saturn and Aries coming out. All right, so first card to come out is Comfort Zone, North Node, and Clinging. Libra, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. That's just known, right? Deception, temptation is in your challenges or obstacle. Someone could be lying to you, Libra. Someone could be telling you that if you just come back, it'll get easier. Twin Flames is your lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. And then feminine energy is the outcome. Toxicity, bound, and patterns is on the bottom. All right, Libra, let's look at that comfort zone, south node. What are you getting out of here? Something that's clinging. It could be you clinging. Wheel of Fortune comes out, and that just tells me that it's time for you to take this action. It's time for you to get out of your comfort zone. Libra, your challenge or obstacle is deception and temptation. Someone is deceiving you, trying to tempt you into coming back to what is your comfort zone. I just want to point out that our comfort zones aren't really comfortable, right, Libra? It's just what we know. We tend to not really like it there, right? We're just too scared to like leave the comfort zone and do something different. I feel like this is the week where you leave the comfort zone and do something different. Page of Coins comes out, big confirmation. Page of Coins is like a student on a new journey, taking a new path. Lesson learned is Twin Flames. Six of Swords is here. Six of Swords says Spirit is guiding you to calmer waters. And then outcome is the feminine energy. We have Two of Coins. If you feel you're in lack energy or you're feeling pulled in too many directions, feminine energy, nurture yourself, replenish yourself. Knight of Cups is on the bottom. Be courageous enough to tell people how you feel, Libra. All right, guidance for Libra. Success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Patience on the bottom. I accept that everything happens in divine order. All right, Libra, Moonology to close it out. Thoughts and emotions. We have Be Bold and Make the First Move. It's the cardinal moon. And Have Faith in Your Dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. Emotions are running high is on the bottom. I made it, you guys. I made it. Aquarius, let's timestamp 127:27. All right, Aquarius, this is going to be for May 25th through the 31st. I want you guys to know I was crying at the beginning of the live. So if you guys missed that, you can watch the replay and hear me sob a little bit. But about halfway through, I guess I sucked it up and we've made it through all 12 signs. Isn't that nice? All right. Aquarius, May 25th through the 31st, Gemini new moon plus Saturn. Aquarius, yours may be Saturn and Aries. All right, self-worth and expectations is your energy of the week. Challenge or obstacle, you have wish fulfillment. You could feel like you're not worthy of something because Spirit hasn't fulfilled your wish yet. All right, lesson learned is remember awakening. So there's something about your awakening that you need to remember, or the fact that you're just having an awakening and it's a learning process, right? And then outcome, we have nurture and compassion. Celebration, gifts, and abundance is on the bottom. All right, so let's look at self-worth and expectations. I feel like you have expectations. The Empress, so big confirmation. You're trying to manifest something, create something, bring some type of abundance in. The Devil comes in for fulfillment and wish, which tells me that you're tied to something that's karmic, something that's low vibrational, holding you down. Remember, your awakening is what's going to help you break free from that energy. We have Eight of Wands. It says it happens suddenly, quick information, sudden changes. And then the Hanged Man comes out for nurture and compassion. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy. It could say get out of your head space and into your heart space. And then King of Cups is here. King of Cups is emotional control. Counselor, mentor, therapist, coach. It's also my clue card for Divine Masculine. I feel like I'm talking to a divine feminine Aquarius. Remember, your awakening is going to be about pouring into yourself. The devil card, the karmic energy you're breaking free from, I just want to point out, I'm using elemental wisdom. You know how normally there's two people tied up at the bottom of the devil's feet, you know, at the fire, right? In elemental wisdom, there's only one. There's only one. So there's definitely this energy here of needing to find your self-worth, needing to understand that you are this Empress energy. You're needing to break free from some type of karmic energy. And I feel like you could be focused on a masculine energy. It could be definitely counterpart energy as well, because it is my clue card for divine masculine. And nurture and compassion is here. So you could either need to have nurture and compassion for this masculine, especially if this masculine is a Pisces, but it could also be saying, Aquarius, that you're overthinking a situation. You need to get out of your head space and into your heart space. All right, let's pull some guidance for Aquarius from the soul's journey. We have the growth card. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. The doubt card. I release the need to know all the answers. Imagination is on the bottom. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. So nourish again coming out for Aquarius. All right. So clearly that's what Spirit wants you to do. Nourish yourself, Aquarius. Let's pull Moonology out. A personal issue reaches a resolution. It's full moon in Cancer, and it's time to release negativity. It's full moon in Scorpio. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that reading was helpful, guys. That's it. That's going to be all 12 signs for the week of May 25th through the 31st. We made it. I can't believe it. Thank you, moderator ladies, for coming in and helping and supporting. I appreciate you. It definitely makes it a lot easier for me just to get through them, right? So I do appreciate everyone coming in. Guys, Friday night, I'll be back. We're going to do a fun surprise pick a card, right? I always say a surprise, but I always tell you ahead of time. But we're going to do this pick a card, and we're going to focus on what Spirit wants you to hear at this time. I'm going to go over some reasons why you may be struggling to hear spiritual guidance, and then I'm going to give you 10 practical steps that you can take right now, Friday, when you hear me talking, right? To be able to hear Spirit clear. And then we'll do the pick a card after that, 3 groups to pick from. So make sure to come and join us back on Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. I will get the timestamps in the description box as soon as I close it out. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me as we got through the first challenging parts, right? Make sure to check out PLR's website, download my app, right? New mobile app, and check out our new How to Hear Spirit workbook and journal. It is an instant download, guys. You can get it today. All right, guys, I will see everyone Friday night. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on